Hello friends, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. We're going to redo this little tissue box that I did quite a while ago, and I just eyeballed those check pieces. It was supposed to be like a Mackenzie Childs dupe, something like that. I never did like how it turned out. So we're just going to cover some very pretty paper. And this paper I did get from Hobby Lobby. And if you watch the sales, you can get, 4 for $1 sometimes. Buffalo check or gingham, however you want to call it. It's just so nice to work with because, the lines are already there. And if you're working with something like this, everything's square and it works out nicely. And all I did to fasten this down was the double-sided tape. I like it because you're not going to have the bubbles and the mess. And so just kind of eyeballing things, pressing it down, making the creases so you know where you want to put the pieces down. On these little edges, I did use some glue. The best thing was the double-sided tape. However, when I got to the very top, it didn't work as well. I had ended up using the double-sided tape to do it anyway. But here, just showing you how to kind of line things up and using, you want to go with the white and the white and just kind of make sure everything matches. It did, end up being pretty symmetrical overall. And so on this one, I'm just putting the tape on the paper itself so it'd be easier to apply it down. And then just go in one direction and flatten it down, pushing out the air as you go. Here is where the little slider piece is to remove the bottom, and just showing you how I place it into place, and then you just go along it and make creases, and that's where you're going to cut out, the rest of that paper. And then these are the top pieces that I ended up using the double-sided tape. And then you're going to go over the entire top with a fresh piece. And I did use 2 full pieces for this project. I've been looking at this tissue box for months going, what can I do with it? And this is what I came up with, and I love how it turned out. Now these are some wood pieces that I did find at Dollar Tree. There might have been like 6 in a package, and they're just thin little wood pieces. They've been very handy to use. So once that white was dry, I did get out some stickers that I found at Joann's. And I'm just going to use this technique of putting them on. I have this ruler here. You could use a piece of wood, whatever you had handy. Just place them on there, just the end, and that way you know how to put it out so it fits, where to put everything, so it's just, the stickers will go on there just perfectly. It's a neat little trick. And then I am going to put some Mod Podge over this, but I did not show that on the video. And that'll just seal everything down. And it needed a little more pizzazz, so then I'm just putting some of this burlap underneath it and then just pulling away, the strings so it looks a little raveled. And then I'm using both the glue, the long term and the short term, and I think it's probably best you don't mix them, but it probably wouldn't be, the end of the world if you did. But I try not to mix the 2 types of glues. And I've been using more of this craft glue. I do get it at Dollar Tree for $1. All right, bless you. I love how it turned out, and when you sneeze, you need to be told, bless you. So I love how it turned out. I'm glad that you're watching my video. I welcome you. And let's move on to the next DIY. Number 2 coming right up. Okay, so I have these, well, this is all obviously a Dollar Tree, the sign. And I've got these craft papers that I have on my Etsy shop with these beautiful wood papers, and they're double-sided, and decided to use one of those to just go on the inside, and I'm just going to line the inside, and that's where we're going to make our image. And again, creasing and folding and cutting, and just make it work. Take your time and you'll get it so it'll slip right in there. And I still had the tape out, so I just went for it. We're going to put it in with that. A glue stick would work great too. And now I have these very pretty window clings from last year. And I never did do anything quite with these 2 little animal pieces, and it's like today's the day. I love these pretty little pieces. And they are kind of Christmassy, but I'm not going with the Christmas thing. You'll see what I ended up doing with the wording. I looked up peaceful nature quotes. And this came to, I'll show you down here what I ended up using. And so what we're going to do is I'm writing on just a piece of the thin cardboard. Nature is the art of God. And is that ever true? There's nothing more true than that. Those beautiful animals out there in nature. And so I just hand wrote that on there, and I was just doing some practice with different pens. And then I just kind of roughed it up or edged it with some ink to give it a little bit of dirtiness and grunginess. Can't have anything too clean, And so basically I'm, almost done with the inside part of this, and I'm going to take my glue stick and put those images right on there. You just glue up the backs very well, press them into place, and flatten out any air that's in there. And you'd never know that that was a window cling. And I did the same thing with the Nature is the Art of God image, and just pressed it into place. And so far I was like, I'm loving this, but it needs more. So then I went downstairs into Ed's little workshop, my husband, and I got these little pieces. He had been trimming something off of, something he had repurposed. And I used his chop saw, and I cut these down, and I actually ended up putting, 2 pieces together, gluing them, and just using these little scraps. And I didn't have enough of this one, so it's a little thinner than the other ones. See, the other ones go right up to the edge, and these thinner ones didn't. They were the sides. This is what I ended up doing. Just rolling some jute string over around it and gluing it on the back, and just put it all together. Kind of gives it a little bit more of a nature look, and it still needed just a little more, so we just got a little bit of this antique wax out, and I just roughed it up, made it grungy, and that way it matched the paper a little bit. And there it is. I love how this one turned out. I hope you do too. From my other video, I've gotten some nice comments from Edna's family, and I do want to thank them too for reaching out to me. I'm so honored. Okay, folks, back to our DIY number 3. This is a real quick one, but very nice as a little gift to give someone. Just cut out a little circle of me and my gingham. I love it, whether it's black or gray or yellow like this piece. Pop that down for the top of the pretty little lid. And by the way, you can get these little jars at Michael's in the wedding section. And make sure you use your little coupons so you can get a deal on them. And tie on some string. And I decided to match the candy a little bit, so you've got to match what you've got there. And I wanted to show you too, look at these cute little wood pieces that I got from Hobby Lobby at the beginning of the season. I wanted to make little ends. And so we went match with the yellow and the orange. A cute little gift that you can give anyone. And then last but not least, you want to personalize it. So put your name on there with love from Amy. And that means from me to you, thank you so much, my dear friends. I love that you reach out to me and encourage me. I do truly appreciate it. You all are awesome. Crafting is so much fun, and it is good therapy for you. Take care, happy fall, and until next time, friends, bye-bye.